'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've travelled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Tullamore, Seymour, Lismore, Malulaban, Nambour, Rochester,
Fremantle, Perth,
Limmerville, Wallabill, Conowano,
Fremantle.
It's not regional. I've been everywhere, man.
Yeah, we're going to Perth by the sound of things. Rob, who we got on the line?
We have got Rhys Thurston on the line. He is by way of introduction, he is a friend of mine, has been for a long time, former cricketing teammate, Geelong resident, who went to Perth to follow the love of his life. And
Fishing.
He's now ensconced over there. So we'll get a good comparison of what's good about Perth compared to Geelong. Rhys Thurston, good morning to you.
Good morning, Robert. Thanks for having me on.
Absolute pleasure. Well known around Geelong. Motuwarri and a bit of South Barwon in this boy's blood. And
he would have been very pleased about what happened on Caninian Park Oval 2 last Saturday, I can tell you.
What happened?
South Barwon rolled St Mary's.
Oh, they did indeed. Yeah, you would have enjoyed that, Rhys. Hey, listen, we do a regional roundup and we talk about what's good at being in certain places, and you're in a really good position to tell us why Perth is so good, because you know how good the Surf Coast is of Geelong. What's Perth and Fremantle got going for it?
Well, as I said, I think while sitting here right now, I'm beautifully sitting in the sunshine. It's a nice, probably 15 to 20 degrees, and I think we're going to get to about 25 today. So Perth's climate is it's one of its main selling points over here. I'm sitting currently in the Fremantle area, and I've got not a cloud in the sky, and I'm looking over the docks and the ocean, and it's a nice place to be. So it's a really good place for people to come and visit, while also a really good place for families to grow up in. So there's some of the little things that sit around Perth.
It's approaching 9 o'clock in your part of the world, as I would slip my shoes and socks off, do some math. I hate that word, math.
Stop using it then.
I would have thought the best time of the day, though, is probably about 7 or 8 hours away from now, where the doctor kicks in and just brings the temperature down nicely, and you get prepared for a sunset over the ocean.
Yes, the doctor kicks in around about midday.
Oh, okay.
It has a little hiatus. It goes into hibernation over the winter and the autumn and spring, and then comes back alive in summer. And yeah, it gets us around about 12 o'clock. But it's a different type of heat over here. It's not that humid type where the wind comes off the outback or anything like that. It's a nice heat where it can be your mid-30s, and it's not so bad. You can still get out and about and do all those sorts of things. So we've got some lovely beaches over here that we like to get down to, whether you go up north of Perth, you've got your Scarborough area and your Trig Beach, or you can get down south in the Coogee area where you've got your Omeo shipwrecks and your stuff like that. So very outgoing and beach-loving area.
An obscure musical reference for you. I'd say City Beach, excellent. Scarborough, fair.
You idiot.
Now, Sam, who's listening and has sent through a text, she reckons it's the weather and the Dockers. How are they travelling just at the minute, he says, as a Brisbane Lions supporter?
There's a bit of Dockers action in Rhys's house, I can assure you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're the talk of the town over here. Everyone was up and about and thinking this was the year, and they've had one loss, and now all of a sudden they've gone into panic mode for the support. Many years of scars, which has hurt them, but I think they're as good with a good show this weekend. They're going to give themselves a good opportunity. They've won 11 of the last 13, so...
Now, Rhys, your wife's not sitting beside you. I want to be really honest. Do you honestly believe they can beat a rampaging Bulldogs in Melbourne?
I give them every show. She gives them very little.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so the disappointment won't be palpable.
Exactly, but we won't mention her name. Let's do that.
No, fair enough too.
We'll keep her silent.
I may live to regret this, but I think that the Bulldogs are criminally overrated, and if you stop two of their players, you're pretty much done.
Yeah, the only trouble is you got to, because at the moment they're criminally on a roll.
No, they are not. We wipe the floor with them. But that's okay. I'm very confident that the Dockers will win this game.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Oh, good luck to that. Because it got down to the simple thing, based on the fact that Gold Coast are probably going to beat Essendon on Wednesday night. Whoever loses this game, it's good night, I would think.
Yep.
Without too much doubt. Now, are you still a Cats fan, Rhys? No doubt. How do you fancy them? Do you think they could pinch another one?
Well, they've got to give themselves an opportunity, aren't they? And I suppose that's what you ask at the start of every year. If we can play our best football, and give ourselves a chance, which we've done, put ourselves in a good position. Our list is very healthy, which is a huge part of getting it right at this time of the year. And I think we've just added a few more little things in the last couple of weeks and month or so of just having a few more run through the midfield and that. So we're going to give ourselves an opportunity, I guess, like 7 other clubs. I think
Got a better chance than Carlton.
we're going to see.
Yeah, better chat. Now, you sound like you know a bit about the game, which is handy because you might like to share with us why you're actually sitting in the sun at Fremantle.
Yeah, currently sitting at Fremantle Oval, which is nicknamed Shark Park. I'm here to watch the Colts football and the Waffle. I've got the East Fremantle playing West Perth, currently starting in around about 20-odd minutes as part of the Geelong recruiting crew. So do that for the Mighty Cats under Stephen Wells and Andrew Mackey. And we have a good look at all the players over here from Western Australia and see if we can find one and get them over to Geelong without any other clubs getting their mitts on them. That's sort of how we go about it.
We go all the way back to the 60s when John Watson, Polly Farmer played in the 1963 Geelong Premiership. Dennis Marshall arrived the next year, and ever since then, Geelong and Western Australia have had a pretty darn good relationship. So I suppose when you're chatting to a young fella and say, how'd you like to come to Geelong, they're probably thinking, that sounds like a nice place.
They do. I think they get a little bit of a affiliation with it because it has got that bit of regional feel about it. We're so isolated over here in WA that it probably doesn't feel like the big bustling cities and that sort of stuff. So they get a bit of affiliation there and feel quite comfortable about the place and the community and everything like that. So not too many of them, when you interview them, have passed through Geelong. They've seen it, but they're pretty excited about having a look at it. So
yeah,
there's a bit of a connection there.
So just on that, we did joke about the regional roundup, but Perth is, well, I've been there a couple of times, and it just looks like a big Geelong rather than a small Melbourne. Has it got more of a Geelong feel?
It does. It is that sort of bit laid back. It's like its own country over here. and the local folk like it that way. They like to think of themselves as having a bit of a connection on their own, and because it is just so far away from everyone else and like doing things their way. So none more so than when COVID kicked in. We shut the borders and you can't come to our neck.
They shut the borders on Geelong.
Yeah. Well, we were very fortunate over here. We didn't get it like most other places, and that was a bit different. But it's probably symbolic of the feel and the countryness of it.
Well, we have also had one other question from Steve at Bamborough who wants to put the negative spin on Perth by saying, are the flake still nibbling on humans over there?
No.
There has been a few cases. Steve, well brought up. I've got a surfing mate from WA and I keep saying, why? Why would you do it?
It doesn't make a lot of sense. Rhys, it is great to have been able to have a chat to you this morning and from that country town on the other side of Australia. And we look forward to, not the next star going to Geelong because we want him going to Brisbane, but, see how we go.
Nah, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
There you go. Thanks, Rhys.
Thanks, mate. Best wishes.